Hey, what's up everybody? Snowy back with another video. I know I've already made a couple of tier lists for you guys, but you seem to really enjoy them. So today I have for you an operator tier list of the best operators to run in Maelstrom protocol. This list has changed significantly from the normal operator list, and overall, I think it will be super helpful for you. If this is your first time to the channel, please consider subbing for more content on anything and everything Rainbow Six Extraction, but let's go ahead and jump right into the video. We've had our first week of Maelstrom Protocol now, and the next week will be coming up soon, most likely with 6 completely different operators to play, and that's why I wanted to go ahead and get this list out. This will give you a great idea of who to play if they're available for the week. I've had a lot more time to upgrade operators and think in depth about how viable they will be. So first off, let's start with Alibi. Alibi has an absolutely fantastic gun choice. Her LMG is super powerful and great for any in-game content, and also her ability is pretty good as well. However, I don't feel that it's as viable as Smoke's gas grenades because he gets 4, or Gridlock's caltrop traps because she gets 5. So that made me place her in A for this tier list. She's super good for defense, but I do feel like there might be operators that are just a tad bit above her, or at least on par. Next up, we have Capitao. I actually don't think he is good at all still. His venom bolts are super weak, and the smoke bolts do give you the opportunity to assassinate people. However, he only gets 2, and the window is very, very short, oftentimes leaving the smasher you're trying to assassinate just to turn around and smack you in the face. So I don't think Capitao's that great, or his guns either. So I put him in C tier for this list. Next up, we have Doc. In my opinion, Doc actually isn't as good as people were thinking he was. I think overall, people like Finka and Rook are just better choices for team sustainability, and it'll work out in your favor much better. So, in pretty much all situations, I would just go ahead and take Rook over Doc. That's why I ended up throwing Doc in B tier for this list. Next up, we have Ella. I originally didn't think she was that strong, but over time, I've realized how powerful she is. Her stun grenades last 10 seconds, giving you the opportunity to kill multiple enemies with assassinations back to back. And her gun option is really awesome as well. Her LMG is one of the most powerful weapons in the game, and I ended up placing Ella in S tier. You should definitely be trying to play her whenever you can, when she's available in Maelstrom Protocol. Next up, we have Finka. What she does is boost your teammate's health by 15, as well as her own. It's a temporary health boost. And she also has access to an LMG, which is one of the best weapons in the game. I think she is also an S tier operator, and you guys should be playing her as well whenever you get a chance. Next up, we have Fuse. Fuse has a very loud gadget that attracts a lot of the attention from the aliens. His weapon choices are okay, but he's also a 1 speed, and the name of the game is stealth, and he just doesn't idealize that. So I think Fuse is actually the worst for Maelstrom Protocol. I could change my mind in the future, but I just don't think he's that great right now. Next up, we have Gridlock. She's super good. Her LMG can't run a suppressor, but as you guys know, you probably shouldn't be running a suppressor on your primary weapon anyways, so her LMG is absolutely amazing. She is slow, but her gadget does have 5 charges, and this is super awesome. It means you don't have to refill that often with React Tech Packs. Oh, sorry, I mean ability packs. And overall, she's just a really solid operator, and I put her in A tier as well. Next up, we have Habana. I think Habana's pretty much just a worse version of Sledge. Her gadget can be okay for killing tormentors, but I also don't think she has very good guns, and I ended up putting her in C tier. IQ is a super good operator. I don't think she's as good as I originally had thought. I think she's very good for solo content or just running casual matches, and she will be viable in Maelstrom, but I don't think she's the best choice. Her guns are really good, and her gadget's pretty good, but I think you guys will have no problems finding the health packs and ammo packs on your own. So I ended up putting her in B tier. Jaeger's ADS systems are very powerful for killing enemies. However, they are pretty weak. He does have great guns though, and he's just really strong overall. I think he's never going to be a bad option. And for this list, I threw him in A tier. Definitely look into picking him when you can. Next up, we have Lion. Originally, I had thought Lion's gadget was S tier, and I still think it's almost S tier. It's on a recharge, so it's basically free, and he has really good guns. Um, but I don't think the skin is completely necessary, as the XR drone is super powerful right now in game, and at least one teammate should be using the XR drone, which is definitely better than Lion. So I think this does place him down to S tier, or I mean A tier, sorry, for this list. Next up, we have Nomad. Originally, I didn't think she was good either, but her stun grenade launcher is super powerful for assassinating enemies, and she gets 4 charges. Her AK-74 weapon is also super good and high damage. It's got a really consistent recoil, and I think she's a very good operator overall and is never going to be a bad choice. I placed her in B as well. Next up, we have Pulse. I think his weapon choices are not great at all, but he is semi-good if you're having trouble finding all of the nests on the map. But that's pretty much all I think he's good for. He's also okay if the objective is MIA, but other than that, I don't think he's fantastic. I think he's just a B tier op. Next up, we have Rook. This dude is definitely something special. His gadget is absolutely insane and probably one of the best in the game. It makes it to where your teammates can basically never full die. And also, it reduces 40% damage. And if you're in an MIA mission, or sorry, not an MIA mission, but like a asset mission, the asset has 40% reduced damage as well. So he's absolutely crazy. Probably one of, if not the best op in the game, especially for Maelstrom. So he gets a strong spot in S tier for sure. Next up, we have Sledge. I think he's okay, and his hammer's ability to stun some of the bigger enemies is pretty nice. I just don't think he adds that much to the team, and these guys at the top of S and A tier are just altogether better, I think, than he is, and his gun choices are kind of subpar. So I believe Sledge is B for sure. Next up, we have Smoke. I didn't think Smoke was great at all, but his weapon choices are pretty good. And he also turns into a 4 speed, 4 armor when you fully upgrade him. And he gets 4 smoke grenades, which do quite a bit of damage. It's super good for locking down choke points on maps, especially in Maelstrom. Like you can completely seal off a doorway, and any enemy that comes through is pretty much gonna die. So definitely run Smoke when you can. He's awesome, and I put him in A tier. Completely changed my mind about him for sure. Next up, we have Tachanka. He has some of the best passive buffs in the game. He's also able to put down 2 600 round turrets with basically no recoil and insane damage. He also takes less damage once you upgrade him. If you couple this with gadgets like field walls and just use team shotting to your advantage, I think Tachanka, surprisingly, hear me out, is actually going to be S tier for this list. Absolutely amazing choice. Upgrade him fully, you won't regret it, I promise. He is good. If not S, he might be A, but definitely top tier operator for sure. So try him out whenever you get the chance. Alright, last but not least, Vigil. A lot of you brought this to my attention in the last tier list video. Vigil is absolutely cracked. You can kind of cat and mouse your way through any encounter. It's free assassinations, free kills, free objectives. Great for nest tracking objectives where it's important not to wake them up. Fantastic agent overall. And you guys are definitely going to want to play him when you can. So this is the final tier list I have, and I think it's pretty accurate. Definitely try to play the S and A tier operators when you can in Maelstrom. And I hope you guys enjoyed the video and are having a fantastic day. Please remember to like, comment, and subscribe, and Snowy out.